Hey, today's topic has already been featured in an article in the Independent newspaper. If you want to read the article, click on the link below. But for now, let's get on with the video. Why are new houses fetching better prices than older ones? I had a question from a journalist the other day, and she reported that data shows that new houses are fetching higher prices per square foot than older ones. And she asked me whether I thought this was to do with the green economy. It's actually a lot more complex than that, so let's drill down into it and find out what the factors are. First and foremost, new houses are more energy efficient, and as a result they cost more to build. There's also the factor that material costs have risen during the pandemic, and generally new houses are costing more to build than they were a few years ago. But there's definitely an energy issue. These new houses are extremely energy efficient, which means lower running costs, which at a time of rising electricity and gas prices means that we're all looking to keep our bills down. The second-hand houses, the older ones, aren't as well prepared for energy efficiency, and so any potential purchaser will be looking and factoring in the costs of insulating, triple glazing, buying a more efficient boiler, and all of these may be having an impact on prices. But actually the property market, as we all know, isn't that simple, is it? For example, we've heard stories of first-time buyers who have been turned down for mortgages on second-hand homes, as they're known, but accepted for mortgages on brand new homes. Why? Well, the answer is, of course, new homes come with a guarantee, and mortgage lenders like that because they know that if there are any defects or problems with the property after the purchase, they'll be carried out not at the homeowner's cost but at the builder's cost.
Over £2 billion a year is overpaid on stamp duty, with up to a quarter of purchasers paying the wrong amount. From millionaire developers to residential homeowners, anyone may be affected by these errors. Contact us today to see if you have overpaid your stamp duty and owed a refund from HMRC.
With a second-hand home, the new purchaser runs the risk that any defects or problems that appear have to be paid for at his own expense, and conceivably that could put a strain on the affordability. And that's just one factor. Now clearly that more readily applies at the lower end of the market, and of course, as we're all aware, there's a considerable demand for starter homes and what I would describe as tier 1 and tier 2 homes, and there's competition for them, and this may also be causing new homes to command a slightly higher price. When you move to the other end of the scale, the top end homes, these tend to be not new built generally. I haven't heard of any new castles being built in the last 20 years, but less ironically, these tend to be larger properties and therefore older, and they're more lifestyle homes. And the buyers of these properties are more able to do energy efficiency work, if they can. More about that in a minute. But they tend to worry less about the energy bills because it takes up less of their disposable income. So overall, larger, older homes are not commanding such a premium over new, larger homes, of which, as I've already said, there are relatively few. The big problem with larger, older homes, and indeed possibly some smaller, older ones, is if you try to make them energy efficient, you not only run into costs, which the bigger the house, the more substantial they are, you also run into planning restrictions. Many large, older properties are in conservation areas, and there are restrictions on your ability to improve. If you own a listed property, grade 2 is about the highest grade you can get where you can still conceivably make alterations with permissions. You're extremely limited about the improvements you can make to the exterior of the building in order to improve its energy efficiency. Indeed, some of those properties may have restrictions on work you can do inside, known as grade 2 star. So whereas for an unlisted home, or a home not in a conservation area, you can simply order your double glazing. With a listed building, you actually have to go through a planning permission process, which you may not obtain before you can go ahead and install new replacement windows that are more energy efficient. The complexities of the market, the complexities of our planning system mean that new homes, and I suspect a lot of new homes are at the lower end of the market, which are more energy efficient, are likely to command a premium as we move closer and closer towards the target of being carbon free by 2030. Now, all of these factors will actually lead to, I believe, a trend towards home improvement. And if the government wants to seriously commit itself to greening the property economy by 2030, it needs to seriously think about relaxing planning restrictions and listing restrictions to allow owners of larger and therefore much less energy efficient properties make improvements so that we can all work towards achieving our targets. Overall, therefore, will new energy efficient homes continue to command a premium over second-hand ones? I think so, unless and until we have a levelling of the playing field in terms of soft loans and grants to allow older homes to be brought up to specification. Now, if you like this video, please click like and subscribe to receive further updates. If you want more information about Cornerstone Group and SDLT Refunds and what we might be able to do for you, including getting you an SDLT refund that might pay for the green improvements you're looking for, click on the link in the description below. I've been David Hanna. I'm Chairman of Cornerstone Group. Thank you for listening.